Morning everybody, how are y'all doing today? I am doing fantastic because yesterday we finally got confirmation that yes, Helldivers 2 and Halo ODST will be doing a collab. And it's not like the Killzone collab where they're just gonna add some skins to the shop. No. They're doing a whole ODST war bond. And everything about it looks absolutely incredible. The ODST armor looks amazing. It actually has a good passive, which I'm extremely excited about. That was the one thing I was worried about, like, oh god, is it going to be awesome looking armor but have a terrible passive? But no, it actually looks really good. Your footsteps are silenced and you can detect like minor places of interest from further away, and your legs cannot break. So yeah, it's actually good armor. And then on top of that, they're adding the Halo assault rifle, SMG, shotgun, and pistol. I think the only thing they really messed up was they completely missed the opportunity to give us like a true Warthog skin for the FRV. I know that would go more into the realm of just making a new vehicle entirely as opposed to just making it have a new skin, but still, I think it could have been done. But whatever, I will happily take what we've got. Now, of course, there is the downside that this is deemed a legendary war bond, so it's going to cost 1,500 super credits instead of just 1,000. So hey, everybody, time to get on and start grinding. Now, as expected, this announcement has been met with overwhelming positivity. The PlayStation reveal trailer for this already has over 1 million views and like almost 100,000 likes. Basically, everybody is celebrating this because I don't think really anybody would be opposed to this, right? Well, you wouldn't think so, but as always, in typical internet fashion, no matter how positive the reception is for a crossover or just an announcement like this, there are gonna be those few people out there who take this as an opportunity to, instead of celebrate that platforms are coming together, we're seeing the ultimate Xbox and PlayStation crossover, they are somehow going to find a way to use two platforms coming together for an epic crossover as console war ammunition. Now, I feel like I should say this now, even though I'm probably still gonna get comments about it anyway. Might as well explain it for those of you who bothered to watch past the 2-minute mark. Thank you, by the way. When I make these videos, I am not talking about most people on PlayStation or on Xbox or whichever fanboys I'm talking about in that video. I am talking about this extremely small subsection of people who are terminally online who make everything about my plastic boxes better than the other one. If you're not one of the people doing that, I'm not talking about you, and you are most likely chill. Do we have that clear? Alright, good. So without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at some angry responses to an absolutely awesome crossover event. First up, J-Dub, because of course it can't be one of these videos without J-Dub. Sony said, and then the gif of the famous video, "Call an ambulance, but not for me," implying that this was about to kill Xbox, which is pretty funny because I feel like every single time this dude tweets about console wars, he's always saying that Xbox is dead. But now apparently this just killed them. Like, dude, what are we even doing here? How is a crossover event with an Xbox IP gonna kill Xbox? Especially when, don't forget, 6 days from this video going up, Helldivers is going to be launching on Xbox. It's literally going to launch on Xbox with all the previous war bonds and this Halo crossover. So again, I just have to ask, how is PlayStation killing Xbox when Xbox agreed to this crossover and when the game is launching on Xbox the same day that the crossover comes out? Maybe if this collab was happening but the game wasn't coming to Xbox, then he would sort of maybe possibly have a point. But then again, maybe I shouldn't be paying too much attention to the guy whose entire Twitter is either fighting political wars or console wars. This dude really likes his wars. Personally, the only war I'll be fighting in is Battlefield 6 this October, but I guess whatever floats your boat, even if that boat is already sunk and it's flipped over and the only part of it you have left to stand on is the hull, which has been flipped over. Wow, shocked emoji. It's over for Xbox. You know, anytime I see somebody use an emoji like this, I immediately wonder if they're a JTech alt account. That dude loves using his emojis like he's a middle-aged mom reacting to big news in a text. I'm not not throwing shade at middle-aged moms who react like this, by the way. God bless all of you. You probably accomplish more in a day than any of these people on Twitter do in their entire lives. But yeah, moving on from that, how is it over for Xbox? Again, the game is coming out in 6 days on Xbox. This is what I don't get. These guys still want to keep up this argument that Xbox is dead, Xbox gamers don't buy games, when PlayStation themselves are putting their game on Xbox. And there's no excuse of, oh, well, like with MLB The Show, the MLB made them make it multi-plat. You can't use that excuse because Arrowhead developers have literally come out and said this was Sony's idea. There's no getting around it. Apparently, Sony really wants to make some money off of that quote-unquote dead platform. Not to mention, PlayStation definitely had to pay some sort of licensing fee to do this crossover. So honestly, that would probably explain why this war bond is more expensive. Not just because, you know, it's an awesome collaboration, but probably because they gotta cover the IP licensing cost. But yeah, guys, it's over for Xbox. They're doing a collab with one of the biggest games out there right now, and they're also getting said game on the same day as that collaboration going up. It's Xbover. This is so sad. Anyway, let's continue. An insult to PS console owners and fans. It's like they want PS fans to buy Xbox, which already lost the war. No point of getting a PS5 or PS6 in the future. Nintendo won because of exclusives. So, let me get this straight. This is what did it in for you. This is what made you say no point of getting a PS5 or 6. A crossover with Halo. How is this an insult to PlayStation owners and fans when they get the war bond as well? Now, if you could only get this war bond on Xbox and PC, that would be a different story, and honestly, that would be kind of hilarious. In a bad way, though. I'm not advocating for that, obviously. But that's not the case. Everybody gets this war bond, and for the first time ever, you get to play as an ODST on PlayStation. How is this an insult to fans? This is amazing, and this is literally like the most requested crossover that the game has ever gotten. Tons of people on both PlayStation and PC were asking for this crossover. Why? Because it fits perfectly. Call of Duty, take notes. This is how you do a proper crossover. Could you imagine if Helldivers did like a Beavis and Butthead war bond? Arrowhead, by the way, that is not a suggestion. Do not do that. I will break into your house and stub all of your toes while you're asleep if you do that. Also, I will eat all of the main food products you have in like your fridge and your pantries. So that way you only have ingredients left and you have to either go through the whole process of making something next time you want to eat, or you have to run out to the store and buy all the pre-made stuff again. Okay, I gotta move on. I'm getting too deep into my own personal experiences. Alrighty, next up, I want a refund. My brother in Christ, if you want a refund for a game, PlayStation is the last platform you should be playing on. They have a refund policy so bad that it is only second to Nintendo, and that's only because Nintendo literally doesn't have a refund policy. You just cannot get one if you buy a game digitally. And then PlayStation is the next quote-unquote best option, where as long as you don't download a game, you can get a refund. But if you buy a game and then download it, you cannot refund it. It's such a garbage policy that I genuinely cannot believe is allowed. But that aside, why do you want a refund for Helldivers because they're doing a crossover? If for some reason you hate the idea of ODSTs in this game, you don't have to buy the war bond. Which then brings up the question, why would you be so against this? Like, okay, realistically speaking, even if you didn't care about Halo, you never asked for this, it's still a new war bond. It's still new content. The new war bonds are the main reason to keep playing Helldivers. Yet for some reason, this one makes you want a refund. Is it because it's Xbox related? I mean, given your profile picture, it's probably because it's Xbox related. Speaking of things being Xbox related, let's look at the next tweet. The mediocre stench of Xbox will soon permeate all of Sony. This man thinks he's deep. He actually thinks he's deep for saying the mediocre stench of Xbox. Not to mention, oh my god, I just noticed this. He capitalized mediocre stench of Xbox. He gave that thing a whole ass name. The only way that could have been better is if he put a trademark logo at the end of it. This dude is actually dubbing the mediocre stench of Xbox as like, I don't know, an epidemic or something like that. And plus, dude, how is this the mediocre stench? Halo ODST was literally released at, like, the peak of Xbox. It's not like this is a South of Midnight or a friggin' Avowed collaboration. They're doing a collab with one of the best games Xbox has ever made. Not to mention, he's acting like Sony hasn't been completely mediocre outside of Helldivers recently. I love when people act like PlayStation is just so incredible and so far above Xbox, when in reality, in terms of like how good of content they've released, especially recently, they're basically on the same level. This whole console gen has been unfathomably mid, to be completely honest. Alrighty, now for this last comment I want to take a look at. This was under an MBG post. All the previous ones were just under the post of PlayStation announcing the crossover, but this comes from an MBG post. So MBG asked, what do you think of the Helldivers 2 x Halo ODST crossover? And this guy responded, thankfully I deleted this game. It turned into dog's hit. I'm sure you all know what word he was actually trying to type there. Once they collaborated with Halo, they could have did a Resistance update instead. It would have made more sense than this dog crap update at Arrowhead. This man is so mad about a Halo crossover, he tagged Arrowhead. You have got to be kidding me right now. Okay, look, I understand. If you wanted a Resistance collab instead of a Halo collab, sure. Fine, but to delete the game because of this and say that the update is dog crap when it is literally everything anybody could have wanted from a Halo crossover with this game, I think you're blowing things a bit out of proportion, my guy, not gonna lie. And there's still potential for a Resistance collab in the future. It's just, guess what? The game is coming out on Xbox in a week, so this collab makes infinitely more sense to do right now. Plus, there could still be a Resistance collab in the future. Like, you know that can still happen, right? I just can't fathom it. This dude didn't delete the game because of, like, bad balance changes, unfun major orders, anything like that. He deleted it because of a crossover event, which is being made in celebration of the fact that the game is coming to Xbox. You know, I saw this rare insult the other day, and I think it applies perfectly to people like this. Some people really just wake up in the morning, unscrew their skull, and slap some anti-wrinkle cream on their brains. That's what it feels like with these people. Somehow a collaboration that completely fits the game and that everybody has been asking for is a bad thing, and it makes them uninstall. I can't fathom it. These people's brains need to be studied. It cannot be normal up there. But yeah, anyway guys, with all of that being said, that is all I've got for this video. And of course, as I'm recording this, I come to find out that PlayStation is doing another price increase. So it honestly looks like we might be eating good on content for a while. And you guessed it, it's due to market conditions. And people will still argue that console gaming is cheaper than PC. God help us all. But yeah, anyway guys, thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't like it, subscribe if you want to see more. Join us every Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern on the gaming channel for gaming streams, and I will catch you all next time.